That's it, baby.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're looking live at the Calamity Jones Hour. I'm Mandy Jones, your host, and this is my husband,
Glen.
He's finally back. Glen is always here in spirit, but he's not always here to host with me. So you're in for a treat because I have a brain, but Glen has a totally different, perfect brain that complements mine very nicely. So we have very different questions for your guest tonight. The Calamity Jones Hour is every Friday from 8 to 9. And I also host a podcast called The Wildflowers alongside my co-host Bonnie Scalisi. She's another comedian. We have a guest every week with us and a different topic. And that is on Wednesdays from 7:30 to 8. If you go to Mandy Jones the Comedian on YouTube, you should subscribe. Please subscribe to Mandy Jones the Comedian on YouTube. And that is how you can stay up to date with everything I do as a stand-up comic and all the podcasting I do. This is the 16th episode, if I'm not mistaken, of the Calamity Jones Hour, and it is November 20th. Please share the show. If you found the show, please share the show. Baby, do you want to say anything before we get this gentleman on?
Let's bring the guest on.
Okay, all right. So this gentleman, I met him through comedy.
Okay.
You're gonna have him alone?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Glen hasn't been at the board for a while. All right, you're here. Hugh, it's you're up.
Hi. I'm just turning down the sound.
So
Hi.
This is our guest for tonight. He is the host of a podcast called Couch Quest. You can find that on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. You can find it on Facebook, Twitch Live, and then YouTube after the fact.
Yep.
He is a comedian. He is a friend of mine, my friend, and now yours, Mr. Hugh Murray.
Hi.
Woo!
Hi. Welcome.
I didn't say your full name.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever you like.
What is your full name?
Hugh Daniel Murray the Fourth. It's
Oh,
real
wow.
like.
So that's like a big deal.
Yeah.
I feel like you
I'm
should.
a junior. So
Yeah.
You guys probably had it hammered out by the time you were the fourth. Like you had it on like your birth certificate.
Like
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
We had like confusion when I went to get like licenses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you're both the same name.
Yeah, we still get it a lot. Like I don't know if it's like. My dad opens a lot of my mail. I don't know if it's on purpose or not, you know.
He's got nothing better to do.
Yeah, I think he's just spying on me.
He's like, it said my name.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be alive for him.
Yeah, totally. Me. Yeah. And it's like, at this point, I don't know if I should keep it going or just kind of be the last one. Like,
last of the Mohegans.
It's a big decision.
You know, I don't
it actually.
Met a fifth.
Yeah.
My boy Joe Picard was the fourth.
Yeah.
So maybe you have to do it just so somebody knows a fifth.
I know, and it's weird because like, what if it just keeps going and then there's like a 20th or something?
Then you go to Roman numerals.
Yeah. Well, it's still Roman numerals. I'm IV. That's why.
Right.
Yeah. That's where the joke comes from. I'm HIV.
Oh man.
Yeah, Hugh the Fourth.
So
yeah.
We have a couple of people watching. We have Bonnie Scalisi. Hi, Bonnie, my work wife. Robin DeVito is saying, "Oh yes" to Mandy. From Trinidad watching. Good night. Hello. From Trinidad. Greg DeFlippo says it's my favorite looking couple. Good evening. Hello, Greg DeFlippo.
That's a tough name from Trinidad.
Yeah,
I don't even attempt that one.
Yeah. The name from
How do you pronounce that? Give us like a phonetic spelling.
Hanaro Sirajaru. Sirajaru.
Yeah, I think that's pretty solid.
Usually, so. Please, you know what you can do from Trinidad? You can message me where there's the little button where you could say your name, and if you pronounce it for me, I will try to pronounce it right.
Yeah.
I really will.
That's
And I
good.
always throw that out to people, and no one's taken me up on it yet, but I really will do that. But so we were getting into. Oh, first of all, I have a lot. I have so much for you.
Okay.
First of all, shout out from Courtney Schmeling.
Oh yeah, Schmales.
Because
Courtney.
I actually went to Stony Brook with her husband, Pete Folan.
Oh,
She's
wow.
a Folan
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And so
They got a little baby, beautiful little baby.
Yeah,
right?
and so Pete messaged me today when he saw that I threw up the flyer of me and you, and he
that's
said,
cool.
he's been watching from afar. He likes my posts and stuff, and I like his stuff, and he had said, if they want to come support, and it would be great because me and you usually do shows together when we're at Gov. So he was like,
Totally.
so we'll get you guys,
Yeah,
we'll get you guys together.
Courtney and I have known each other a long time, like since I think we went to school like elementary school together.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool. So that's like major.
And we were in like the same like friend group too. So
cool.
it wasn't like we just like randomly knew each other in high school and stuff. Like we kind of ran together. Yeah.
Cool. Hell yeah. I was saying to Glenn, I was like, you don't remember Pete? Because Pete was older and stuff than us.
Yeah.
But I was like, he was just the sweetest guy. He was just a rational
Pete's a nice
Pete
dude,
guy.
yeah.
That's why you don't remember him, because he wasn't smashing his head into walls. So I didn't stick out to you.
He was on the rugby team?
Well, that's how.
He was one of our alumni.
That's how I knew him. Yeah, I managed the men's rugby team, and he was on the rugby team. Yeah,
You did rugby as well?
That's how we met.
Oh,
yeah.
She was my rugby manager.
Wow. It's a tough sport, man.
It's a good sport. I still wish I could play.
Yeah, it's just not worth like breaking an arm for a real job.
You get a real deal injury once a year.
Yeah,
and you'd always kind of be a little beat up.
Totally.
So you never really heal all the way from that.
Mm-hmm.
You got toothpaste on it.
Well, are you gonna tell me, or you just?
Didn't want to interrupt you.
You got to interrupt me at all times.
But it's a rough sport. It was great though. I wish I could have played rugby before I played American football.
Really?
I learned as a kid, you tackle better.
Yeah.
You understand how the ball moves a little bit better because
right.
It's constantly moving.
Rugby is like the one thing I never really played. I did football and I did lacrosse in college.
Was it on sideline like lacrosse?
Yeah.
So it's like lacrosse or soccer as far as how the onsides work.
Right.
But then it's just like tackling to.
That's cool. Yeah, it seems like a vicious sport. I was definitely like that contact sport guy in high school and stuff.
Yeah. My mom was like, "How do you watch it?" I'm like, "I don't know. They're not my kids. I don't care. Like they're gonna bloody up."
She was a good soccer player, Courtney.
Okay, and that can get dirty too. With girls, that's like the hardest core thing you could pretty much do.
Yeah.
Or the lacrosse.
Field hockey chicks.
Field hockey,
but I didn't have lacrosse at my school.
Water polo. I heard a crazy.
Now, what high school did you go to?
I went to Sun and Riches.
I went upstate. I went to Red Hook.
Yeah, we met down at college. Cool.
Yeah, Stony Brook.
Yeah.
So you're not a natural Long Island. Yeah.
No, I came here in 2008 when I went to Stony Brook.
Nice. We used to practice at Stony Brook. I went to Dowling College.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we didn't have our own field for like 3 years. So
now, what did you go to school for?
History.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a BA in history, and then the plan was to go to law school, and then that didn't really work out. So then I got into the engineering union.
Okay.
Local 30, and that's kind of where I've been. I started that right around the same time where I started comedy. So, like, I've been doing each for, 10, 11 years almost now.
Wow. God bless.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah,
because, working a job like that and that having time under your belt like that, now you're, an industry pro. That's how I feel about being in an industry for a decade.
Yeah. How long have you been doing comedy now?
Well, I've only been doing comedy for 3 years,
yeah.
but my real job is I've been in it for a decade, you know? So when I speak on the phone, I know my shit, even though I'm a little girl, which is cool.
Yeah. Different for oil tanks, I think.
They're not used to a girl knowing about diesel pumps and asking you about, what nozzle you need.
Yeah, we got that stuff at my job,
Oh, yeah? You want to talk about nozzles?
Mm-hmm.
You got breakaways?
I don't know about all that.
Swivels?
No, I just know how to operate them.
I wish I were making the names of that shit up. Glenn, actually, I've woken him up on the couch and him be like, "Get me the schniggle bombs and the wriggle roms," but they're literally, but it's like door jargon.
Mm-hmm.
store hardware jargon.
I used to wake up
Yeah.
and talk about oil tanks and stuff.
And I have video because I'm a horrible
That's when
person
you
that I
bring
would
it
never
home work.
post.
When you start talking
What
about
is it?
work in your sleep.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, you need to
Not really,
detox
though,
from
like-
work.
I had a really weird dream one time that I was part of the lock.
I know. I was like, baby, you are something else. Like,
Yeah.
I
I was
fell in
like
love with
looking
that
out
brain.
through-
He's a
through the
handsome
hole, and I
man.
was like picturing all of the like cams and gears and stuff and how it works. And,
That's
like,
nuts.
I don't know,
It's like a
I-
disassociative. I
Yeah.
am a lock.
Yeah.
I just envision whenever he mentions that dream, I envision like Alice in Wonderland, like
Yeah,
the knob, like there's like
That's one hell of an acid
I'm more
trip.
the HR Geiger is like what I would.
Geiger.
Oh, more the birth machine. It's
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
darker than I have always a Disney spin on the
Yeah.
dreams there. But can we talk about Couch Quest?
Sure,
First of all,
sure.
I called it. I was like, the couch potato gamer, and Glenn was like, it's Couch Quest. I got literally
Yeah.
corrected loudly in my house. Because
Good, that's my man.
Yeah.
Couch
No.
potato. That doesn't
Yeah.
sound good. Right?
Well, 'cause
Yeah,
I
no.
knew he would get I knew it wasn't couch potato. I knew
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
something
yeah.
about couches and gaming.
Yeah,
And I'm an asshole. And I knew I would get the point across. I called
that's
it.
fine.
I
As
called,
long as you remember the couch.
I called it a stroller. A car seat umbrella, and he was like, "That's why we're not having children."
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, one of those car seat umbrella fucking things.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
collapsible car seat, whatever, the stroller. I don't fucking the wheel things.
Yeah, so Couch Quest is cool. It's we've been probably going about it a little over a year now.
What? Wait a minute. What the fuck is Couch Quest, and how did
So-
you how'd you hatch it?
So what?
Where did you hatch it?
I got the idea. I was kind of like the brainchild. So I got the
the
idea.
think tank,
Yeah,
if you will.
I knew about Twitch. Twitch was always like a video game streaming website where people like have made tons of money. Like
Unlike comedy, where
Yeah.
you can't make any fucking money,
like
even if you fucking try.
the most well known guy is Ninja.
Okay. And what is Ninja's deal?
Ninja's just plays video games and he's a streamer. Like
How old is this person?
he's like mid-20s, maybe 30 by
and
now.
is he funny? What he's saying?
He's like really good at video games.
So
and
he's
pretty
giving
funny.
you strategy. Is that why
Yeah.
you watch him?
People watch for all different reasons. Like he broke the record for amount of views because he streamed with Drake. So
Word.
like yeah, so like yeah, like I'll get
like
into a little more of that.
collab?
Yeah. So like Ninja, he's been a little controversial, and he's I guess he's funny. I don't really watch him a lot, but he's the big one.
So
He
he's
signed a deal with Microsoft streaming company for around like $100 million.
Oh wow.
So like
So it's
there's,
possible.
there's big money in this, and there's some other big ones like who is the guy? I forgot the other guy that signed. And then Microsoft's little thing failed, but Facebook decided to roll out Facebook Gaming.
Okay.
Right? So now my dream was to kind of sneak in like a podcast in the shape of a gaming like
Cool.
profile.
Okay.
Yeah, so we kind of like we play the video games and we stream them, and there's me, Tim, and Matt, and we stream a lot of retro games like from Super Nintendo and
So
like
that's
all the
just
way back.
nostalgic for
Yeah, yeah.
our friends who are
Totally.
watching you, because you
Totally.
guys are comedians, so you're trying to be funny, right?
Yeah,
While
yeah.
you're doing this.
Yeah, totally. And like we put ourselves like
Entertainment value.
yeah,
And it's also you're talking shit the whole time. Like gamers
Absolutely.
just talk shit. That's
Yeah.
just like part of gaming.
yeah, and we're like getting like angry and like raging like when we die, and
Right,
like,
I know you
yeah.
guys invited me on an episode. I'm gonna play, but I'm like a competitive bitch.
Totally.
Like I'm actually gonna play like before and like pretend that I'm not going to, and actually really try to win.
Oh, yeah.
So I think you really win.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Dude, I-
really try
I
to
gotta
fucking
say-
win.
What game are you guys gonna play?
Among Us.
Yeah,
right?
I think we're gonna get Among Us going. We're gonna get a
Okay,
bunch
so
of comedians.
What kind of game is that?
It's
So
like
it's
a-
like 10 like little bean people, and they're on like a spaceship.
So I'm already used to that. That's
Yeah.
already me, not on Earth as a bean.
Yep.
I'm already fucking there.
And now there's like 10 people, and 2 people would be set as the imposter. right?
Okay.
So they have to
So it's like
sabotage.
murder
And that's a
mystery.
random thing, right? Like me and you can't be like, let's be the imposter.
Yeah, it'll
It's
be
like-
randomized.
Okay.
Because with comedians, everyone would be the imposter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Come
that's
on, let me be the imposter.
that's where the game gets fun, is when you're the imposter. When you're just
Yeah.
like a crewmate, it's a little less fun. But so now
So what's the mission?
the imposters have to try to sabotage and kill the rest of the crew. And then the crewmate has to try to figure out who the imposters are and get them voted off the ship.
Okay, so if you're like a good guy, you have to like figure
Yeah.
out who the
So-
who the rat is.
Yeah, so then you would call like a meeting and be like, all right, dead body reported, and then be like, all right, so where were you? And then you got to try to figure it out. And like,
So who's
Make
them
trip up on their
sketching
story.
out?
yeah. So then the imposters are trying to lie and trying to
Okay.
like get, So it's just like lying to your friends and trying to
So I
deceive
think we'll
each
be
other.
pretty good at
Yeah.
that.
I think we'll have a leg up, and it's a fun game. A lot of people have been doing it. Actually, what's her name? AOC, the Congresswoman for New York. She just did it with a couple streamers on
Oh,
Twitch.
God. I
Yeah,
don't think a politician would want to like
yeah,
telegraph how good of a liar I am.
she did it with Pokimane, who's like this cute little girl streamer, and disguised.
Pokimane.
Yeah.
It's like Gucci Mane. but-
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
hell yeah.
she's got a couple million followers, and it was like Disguised Toast and like a bunch of big name guys. I think Myth was there, and yeah, they all played, and it was like like almost like a record breaking, like 500,000 people watched. It was
Oh my
it was
God,
crazy.
it's
Yeah.
like this is like UFC.
Yeah. So like a lot of people are getting into it. So when Facebook rolled it out, they got into like this. It's called the Level Up program. So we had to get 100 likes, which was not too bad, and then we had to stream for like a certain amount of time, and then we got accepted into the Level Up program. So now
Because you have to have enough content for them
Yeah.
to like. Okay.
yeah. So we got in pretty quick, and now we've just been trying to build a following. And what you're allowed to get is like through Twitch and Facebook, like people can make donations to the stream, and that's kind of how you make your money.
Okay.
Eventually, if you get big enough, you'll get like ads and like supporters and stuff where you could pay like $5.99 a month for a lot of these streamers, and then you get like special access to stuff like a Patreon kind of.
Okay.
So the dream with the Facebook is it kind of eliminates, like, if you were to do this on like before, you could cut out like the Patreon and YouTube and like Twitch and all the other websites, because Facebook kind of consolidated everything.
They made their own thing.
Yeah.
So they're like, you got to be here.
Yeah,
If you want
exactly.
this, you got to be here.
So a lot of the gamers kind of jumped ship from Twitch to Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, so then Microsoft created one, but then that folded. So I think Ninja went back to Twitch. Yeah, but like there was
So
like,
we should be back on Twitch because that's what it is.
yeah. I mean, he's the big one, but we streamlined the ball.
But I like, what is so important about the wildflowers we talk about with
Right.
Bonnie is that we could say hello to these people.
Yeah.
And that's what's interesting about Facebook is you could
Yeah.
shout out and you can talk shit. And like when we do our show, which will be on Facebook,
Right.
among us, people could be saying,
Oh,
Mandy's
totally.
a fucking intruder.
Yeah,
Mandy's fucking
yeah.
sabotaging the ship. Like,
Yeah.
take her out.
Yeah, you gotta vote her off. That's
Now, what if you vote me off and I'm not an intruder? Is that good?
oh yeah, you're just done for the game. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So I don't want to just be sketchy.
Yeah, we killed an
okay.
innocent person. That's all that is. I mean,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Because if I'm like, I'm just sketchy and throw
Yeah.
them off, they're like, no,
Yeah.
you're just sketchy.
Yeah, you're just a fucking skell.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, no, you're just making us very nervous.
Yeah.
Okay. All
So
right.
Among Us is a
Okay.
cute game. It kind of took off. It's like an indie game.
I love how you
Sounds
call
like
it cute,
something-
but it's
Yeah.
murder mystery. It's
Yeah,
so
Something
cute.
yeah.
that it seems like people that even aren't like don't have the hand-eye coordination. Maybe.
Right,
Yeah,
like
oh, totally.
me. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Still
for
can
me.
keep you-
Totally. It's like a really easy
That's why you were
game,
like,
yeah.
Mandy, we'll play. I was like, I'm not a gamer. You're like, we'll play this one.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna. That's the one that we're kind of trying to set up with like a lot of comics. We're also trying to work on a good like Super Smash Brothers tournament.
I would love that too.
Yeah, that's a
because
good
that,
one.
I could play. I mean, I grew up with video games in my house. My sister was a gamer. We
Yeah.
had Sega Genesis, and then my brother
Yeah.
always had N64,
Right.
fucking My stepdad brought PS1 into the house. We had Xbox 360. Yeah. Like, we always had the video games. Yeah. I was never really drawn to it, but I would play with my siblings.
Right, yeah. We did Mario Kart a couple times. We had a bunch of comics. Recently, we just did... on someone else's podcast, we did Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, we did that. That was my first time actually doing that. But yeah, we kind of like jumped into like the nerd culture.
Yeah.
So which is like odd because like most people in comedy don't really picture me as like that nerd. Like because I got in when comedy, I was a 26-year-old like frat boy douche. You know, with the spiked hair and like
they're like he's
not
smart. Yeah. Why is he playing
like,
video games?
The nerd community now, though, and like video games and stuff. It's just across the whole culture. It really doesn't. Like you said, Drake was streaming on this.
Yeah.
Or
you wouldn't have seen that.
Cute little girls and random fucking
it's definitely
like,
you know, I think with like all the Marvel movies and you know like Big Bang Theory, like nerd culture kind of came into like pop culture.
Right.
You know, kind of overlapped.
All the nerds went to school and got good jobs.
And got laid, and they're like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, like, they're like, "Yo, we want comic books and video games," and you know, everyone's
the cool shit. Like,
yeah.
Andy Flajanos was actually talking about how he's mad that like he's like it was dangerous for me to like Star Wars when I was a kid. Like I would get beat up at high school.
Yeah.
And, like he's actually like jealous that the kids now can just love
the big one that
games.
Ever since I was a kid, I collected Magic the Gathering cards.
Okay, and so that was like borderline. You could get
like super nerdy, and like that was something that I kind of like hid and like didn't tell people in high school. And you know, like now you look back and like I probably started playing in like '96, and then I took like a long break in high school, and then I came back like maybe 5-6 years ago and realized I was sitting on like a 10 grand collection.
Oh, I know.
You know, crazy, it was like $10,000
that I've been embarrassed to play because everybody sucks.
So like, me and a bunch of friends, we started playing again.
Came out of hiding.
Yeah, and I was just like, screw it. And you know, I've been streaming. Like that's like my solo game. Like so, when I stream by myself, I'll play Magic Arena.
Okay.
Which is like a real easy little card game. You know, it's not too intense. You know.
Our one buddy from Stony Brook fucking makes money playing competition video games.
Yeah, totally.
Dota.
Oh yeah. That's kind of like a League of Legends. Yeah, like
something on the computer. It was like
smart
off of like World of Warcraft or something like that.
Yeah.
But it was just like the battle.
Yeah. It's like a 5-on-5 kind of.
Yeah, he like literally like dropped out of school playing video games
because he could make more money.
You can make a ton of money.
And he was driven to do it. The kid played video games all the time.
And he's not like a drug addict or anything. You know, that's his thing.
Yeah,
you know, he's got a girlfriend. It's not like his life's unmanageable and he's fucking
totally. And there's different games too. Like there's a lot of Call of Duty tournaments. League of Legends is like the big one, and Dota is like almost like the same exact game. You could do Magic the Gathering tournaments. There's like a lot of money in video games. It's weird.
It's crazy.
And it's like
commentary and stuff too. Because like,
absolutely,
I went into the lunchroom with all the warehouse guys today.
Yeah.
And they were watching these clips of them playing the new guys playing the new systems and like talking about it. And none of these guys even have the system yet.
But they're learning how to
learning strategy and like. You know, like comparing it to other things and
and see this is different because this feature. It's just like if you're into anything. If you're really into computers, the next new computer, you're gonna say, "Oh my God,
totally.
It's got the next new car. It's gonna have these." Oh, but the transmission's different than that year.
Yeah,
and
this Christmas is like the big one now. You got the new PlayStation and Xbox that came out like this month.
For
Santa.
One kid got one. One kid had a PlayStation and one kid had the new Xbox.
Right.
And the rest of them are just after it.
I looked on eBay right now, and the cheapest one that you can get is like $1,100. And I'm like, I'm gonna wait a couple months. You know, like it's not that important to me.
They were saying it was a little glitchy too.
Oh yeah, totally. That's what
not enough people playing through it yet.
Yeah, I try to wait until they like iron out all that, and then the price comes down maybe in like February.
After Christmas.
Yeah.
When there's enough cedars.
Totally. And there's I don't know. I just my dad, like when I was a kid, I wanted to play video games and collect magic cards and just do stuff like that. My dad kept pushing me, no, you have to play lacrosse and football and you become a lawyer. So then none of that really worked out. Meanwhile, my magic collection skyrocketed to thousands of dollars. And if I would have got good at video games, maybe I could have been a millionaire like fucking Ninja. So it's like I don't know.
You actually set me back quite a bit, Dad.
I know. It's like I had all the right decisions when I was a kid. If I would have just
if you just
not listen to my dad,
you fucking asshole parents.
Yeah, exactly.
I just wanted to be funny and play magic.
I wasn't allowed to own video games because my parents saw it as like a really big waste of time.
One of the reasons that I probably married him because he's not a video game head.
Oh,
so many women are.
I wasn't allowed to watch TV on school nights, but
yeah, they were hardcore.
Yeah,
the video game thing. I always felt as a kid, I felt like weird.
Yeah,
because I couldn't sit down and play video games with kids without just getting beat up.
Yeah, so it's another reason to get bullied.
Yeah,
so
it's like I'm hanging out with my nerdy friends and they're like kicking your ass.
They're like, you suck, and it's like, thanks. Like,
yeah,
so he just didn't want to play.
Sometimes you meet that one friend that's just like way too good at things like that, and it's just like, I don't even want to play with you. Like, you know, it's not fun. You're just, you're playing Halo. And it's like, you have 50 kills and I have 1, and I just sat here and lost for an hour. I'm going home.
I would like spawn
and you talk shit to me.
Yeah. Headshots night, like I'm going home.
It's like the map. Like they're talking to each other.
Yeah.
Placed on the map. It's like, dude, like
I don't own this game or this system. My mom doesn't let me play. This is the first time I'm playing ever.
I'm just trying to have fun, man. And that's kind of where it's at too right now. Like the new Call of Duty is like, well, not the new one, but Warzone came out and it was 100% free. And just like Fortnite, like these battle royales.
So wait, it's
Apex.
free. The games are free.
In-game stuff.
They
changed how you pay for video games.
Yeah. They do like microtransactions. Like
wow. Okay.
So rather than pay $60 for the game, like people like will buy a battle pass for like $10, and then every season they'll have a new battle pass. So like so far there's been 6 seasons. So if you spend $10 over 6 seasons, you paid $60 and you're not even realizing,
Yeah, and they're developing the game as they get the money.
So then you get different like skins for like you could like play like change your character and like all the details like the outfit or you know what kind of gun you use and stuff like that. And people like end up spending way more than that $60 they originally spent for the game.
It's a way to keep you spending.
Yeah.
Right, because once you're in there, it's like me with the fucking, online shopping. They're like, come on, why don't you just spend $25 more and you get free shipping?
Exactly.
And I'm like, if I'm going to pay for shipping, I might as well get more crap, right?
These,
and then it's like, $100, thank you. Your shit's on the way.
Yeah, these marketing people are like geniuses, and they just
and
like slip this thing.
I'm a sheep that I know what's going on, but I'm like, come on, I'll take another T-shirt fucking for free. Come on.
Totally. So like, my point with the Call of Duty is like, now I get home from work and like, especially during this quarantine, oh my God, it's like these kids had nothing to do.
Right. Oh
so
my
they
God.
just sat there playing the new Call of Duty Warzone, and I get home like, oh man, I just did 100 hours this week. I just want to relax and play video games.
And all they're done is they've been training all day.
And they just like wipe me out, and I just like, I don't even want to play. I don't even want to play anymore.
From school, they're remote from school, and
they're doing all their classes on Zoom and probably just like
and they're just literally training to kick my ass.
And it's just
all
like
day.
I just want to relax, and I just keep getting beat by the same 7-year-old who keeps calling me the N-word. Like it's God.
So you've seen the
it can defeat you. I don't know if I would be good.
Yeah.
I have anger problems.
But you've seen the video of the like warlord in Africa where the kid was talking shit to him.
I think so.
The kid's talking shit to him, and he's like I'll kill your family, and the kid's like, fuck you. Like, and he's like, well, this is your address, and starts like listing all this stuff because the guy's like literally like a warlord in Africa and has like some kind of like computer connection to look the stuff up.
Crazy your IP address.
The kid starts crying on the feed. It's a funny video. It's something you have to check out.
Yeah.
We'll send it to you after this.
Yeah, definitely.
It's
hilarious.
That's funny. As a kid, we're getting threatened.
But it's just
by warlord.
I mean, there's all these like, internet keyboard warriors where they just
Right.
hide behind their screen and they think they're really safe. So when a kid gets called out, that's really funny.
Well, that's really what it is unless you're using some kind of like VPN or something.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
You're very traceable.
Yeah, suck
totally.
my dick. Yeah, I know your mom's name because she pays for your account.
Yeah. Now we know.
I know your address because you live at your mom's house.
Weird like that too. Like sometimes like it'll cross connect because like I put my email in once for something for my mom, and so it'll call me by my mom's name or something
like hey Linda.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you get
hey Linda, how you doing? You want some Pinterest goods? It's like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's bringing out all sorts of weird stuff out of.
Yeah, it's funny, dude.
I know.
Really
I know. Like, by what it tells you should be looking at, it probably says more about you than you about it.
I did that for a little while on Instagram. I was just following.
Like what it wanted him to explore.
The sponsors, whatever sponsored, I was following it to see why, like to try, like. And it spiraled. It got weird, dude. Like, not at all being anything that I was interested in, but just because I was like feeding into the algorithm of certain things.
Right.
Like,
it was like, oh, you must like this, and I'm like, not really. I'm just kind of
throwing you off,
playing you with it a little bit. Like
I started doing a joke in my act because like the targeted ads that I get are like similar to like the crazy aunt that's like a 40-year-old dog mom.
Oh yeah.
Because you love your corgis.
Yeah, yeah. She passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That was a tough one, but
this year, just recently.
Yeah, like a month or two ago.
Oh,
but
sorry.
But look at the sweatshirt that I get. Like
it's like a pink, like you're totally a mom.
Yeah, like a pink corgi butt sweatpants, and like I'll get like ads like all a girl needs is wine and her corgi. And it's like
maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
I think Instagram thought I was a woman for a while on this thing too.
That I definitely get that.
I follow a lot of like jewelry and stuff like
that. He loves gemstones. He loves jewelry.
He
likes fashion.
Scarves in particular. So like that's kind of like
yeah. You start looking at scarves. They're like you're a 90-year-old woman.
Yeah, you mess with the algorithm and it doesn't know what to think. Yeah, but
it really doesn't know what to think. Yeah, it's like. Well, wait a second, like Second Amendment, like it starts throwing like really weird, like But wait, scarves and guns.
Scarves and guns.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it does not compute. You just start frying the motherboard.
Who are you?
Yeah, these robots.
This is not typical malfunction. You're not fitting the like standard protocol, you know. It's funny. The internet is definitely funny, and just seeing because I even have like 3 Instagrams. I've got the one that's Calamity Jones, which is literally I promote other podcasts. I'll put a Couch Quest thing on there for you guys. I just promote my cousin does the earrings I'm wearing tonight.
Nice. Those are pretty.
These are real shark teeth.
Yeah.
She's down in South Carolina, and her and her family. She's got 2 kids. Well, baby's on the back, and her little son, she's always like, I'm jealous he found the biggest tooth today. But she goes to these little spots. She lays out, no joke, 50 teeth. And then she'll match up the species and the size to make a pair. And now she's been doing necklaces. And it's like super affordable. I was like, when I saw these, I was like, the biggest pair, how much? And she sent me the price. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, how are you even making money doing that? But
I think it's something she likes to do.
Yeah.
Well, she does like to do it, but she's a mom of 2 right now who's not working. So,
that was like the cool thing about like this quarantine. Like it kind of sucked for us because like our hobby is comedy. Right. Like, but like you got to dump some time into like I streamed a lot. You know, like we really got a chance to like work on the podcast because there was nothing else going on.
That's what developed us here.
Yeah. You know, because it was like it was almost like a need. You know, like you had all this free time, so it's like eventually you had to dump it somewhere and figure out something or you go crazy.
Right, yeah.
You know, because like all the bars are closed, all the comedy clubs are closed. There were no shows going on unless it was like 100% illegal.
Right, and the reason we got into comedy is because we need an outlet. Yeah. So the fact that it's being taken away from us, we're like, what are we going to do?
So, yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, you know, like it became kind of like a meme that like all the comedians are like have a podcast now, you
right?
know? Like, because
it's true.
Yeah, but you know, someone needed to like sublet their income. Some needed the creative outlet. You know, like there were a bunch of different reasons why people needed this. You know, regardless of whether the audience needed it. It's like almost like the market is flooded, but it's I don't know. It's still fun. It's still I think it is.
Yeah,
you know?
At the beginning of quarantine, we weren't doing anything.
Yeah,
like you said, and it was a matter of it kept us like on our toes. That it was like having some kind of event or something.
Right.
Yeah, he drove me like he's like every week. You know, we cut his hair. We did a cooking episode. We played Pictionary.
In the beginning, I did a couple Zoom comedy shows. I did like maybe 3 or 4, but after that even fell off, and then it was like, what now? You know?
Right. I know. And we are like, we're survivors. We're artists who have to just adapt.
Yeah.
Like, what are we going to do? Just not laugh anymore, not perform, and
not try to entertain people, and you know, make them laugh,
and not hang out with our friends.
And it's like I felt like people needed it, like this type of stuff more than ever, you know, because people are like locked in their houses. Now it's getting colder, and things is even getting worse because now everything's shut down at 10 o'clock in New York. So it's like people are getting seasonally depressed from the quarantine. Like, you know, they need like some place to laugh.
And it's almost like, you know, home for the holidays. People aren't seeing. It's like, you want to kill grandma, you don't go see her. And, you know, it's all these, and it's the, do I live my life or do I live in fear? And you got to be careful.
And when do I start treading on other people's lives?
Right. Exactly. Like my brother even said to me on Thanksgiving, I'm gonna be doing CDC guidelines. I hope you don't care. I said, I won't judge you for shit. I don't give a fuck. I said, I'm a cowboy. I'm not gonna wear a mask. But he goes, well, it's not really being a cowboy. He's like, you're kind of an asshole if you don't wear a mask. I'm like, I didn't say asshole, but in his words.
Right.
But I was like, I understand that. But at my mom's house, and I said, hopefully it'll be warm out. The boys are like outside in the shed drinking, you know, hanging out, and it's me and my mom and my sister, who he sees my mom and my sister all the time anyways. So I'm really the outside, but he gets it. But he knows that I'm with intruders or whatever they are in the show.
Getting contaminated. I don't know. Like my parents both got COVID like months ago, and I never caught it.
Oh wow!
I think I'm immune. So I'm like,
no. So you're a carrier. Thank you.
No,
I'll definitely
let
my brother know.
Yeah, months and months ago.
No, but I'm just saying.
If you didn't get sick when you were around it,
that means you're a carrier. No, I don't know anything about science. I'm totally fucking.
Having natural immunities too.
I don't know. I heard that like. First of all, if you drink, smoke cigarettes, and had O-type blood, and I was like, I'm 3 for 3. I'm good. I'm not getting
I need to know my blood type and what you don't smoke cigarettes. And do you smoke cigarettes?
Yeah. So I was 3 for 3, so I wasn't catching it. So I don't know.
If you have O-type blood, so wait a minute.
You like
smoke cigarettes, O-type, and what?
Yeah, you were more resistant to it. If you drank like every day, and then you had like I don't drink every day.
But you used to drink.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. But then, like, if you smoke cigarettes and then, like,
I gotta start smoking cigarettes now? This is great.
Yeah.
For the COVID, for my lungs.
Exactly.
Right.
I saw these articles.
They're so cute with this stuff. It's really funny, actually, when you think about it.
Yeah, you don't even know where these studies come out, you know, like
there's no time.
Yeah, it's like the University of Bullshit.com, and you know.
I'm right. www.imright.com. That's the filter.
Yeah, people are actually getting mad about like the Facebook fact checkers. Like, don't you want like this information, like to know whether
I want
it's
to be able
bullshit or
to
not?
spew just complete random garbage at all times.
I don't get it. I don't get why people are getting mad. I think they think like the fact checkers have bias. Like that's.
Well, that's the thing. They're gonna fact check me.
I've heard a lot of people say that, but I've heard people from both sides of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like I think it's just extremities.
Like the fact checker, because I could say Hugh Murray's an idiot. And the fact checker is gonna be like, actually, he's a really intelligent guy, Mandy.
But,
is it gonna get ripped down? Is that their fear?
No, they're just like inflammatory.
Yeah. Like I would hope that they could separate like opinion from fact. But you know,
but people can't.
Yeah, a lot of people can't.
So they don't think the robots can.
Right. I think you would hope that they're actual people and not robots. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared of the robots. Terminator 1 freaked me out.
Yeah, hearing Elon Musk talk about and
AI,
just being like, it's too late. It's already too late. And it's like, what?
Yeah, I
like just scared, like that's scary.
I tweet at Elon Musk like at least twice a day. I need him to calm down and try to save the world. He's like he's falling all.
Focus.
Focus. Stop drinking. Stop smoking weed. With Joe Rogan and figure out our problems, dude. You know,
because we need to make it through this.
Yeah, he was
you have the answers.
Do you see like he just like broke down crying during like an interview? He's like losing his mind, and it's like he definitely knows something that I don't. And
but it's also like if you think about it, like he started making free engineering for electric cars because he really believed in it.
Yeah,
but then the impact on the environment of lithium.
Yeah,
it's like. For someone that's after like trying to save the world, you're realizing that like you can't. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's how fucked up must that feel? Like you're trying to do this good thing and then
I'm hoping for the Mars plan. Just we'll call it Earth 2 and just get out.
But what if it's like MySpace and you just go and it's not cool and they just like leave you out there?
Yeah, poor Tom. We completely left Tom hanging with MySpace.
They just deleted it. They had it up for a long time.
Where is Tom? We want to know where Tom is.
Where is Tom? I bet he's pissed that fucking Facebook dude got all the money.
He's pissed at Zuckerberg. Maybe he is Zuckerberg because the picture of Tom might not have actually been Tom.
Well, Tom just kind of went off the grid. He grew a beard and just like started traveling the world.
So wait, you know about Tom a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. Like I read an article like about what he did after MySpace. Like, he just like completely went off the grid. He made a couple $1 million and he like grew a beard and got really into like photography.
Good for him. He checked out before he got insane.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Rather than like Zuckerberg, who's just like a detached lizard person. Yeah.
Like testifying to Congress.
Like I feel like Zuckerberg is just like a robot who has like his only like mission is to make money. He's so detached for what
even his eyes, they have no soul behind them. You ever see him?
Like no like facial,
no light behind
nothing.
His
like
eyes.
There's no like muscle twitches or anything. Like he's completely controlled.
He's animatronic.
Yeah, dude.
He's trying not to be read because constantly are like reading minute things that you do. So like
So honestly he's probably if he's such a computer freak, which he
probably understands facial recognition.
No, I was gonna say he probably is a little bit of a social not person. Most computer people are not social. There's usually like the better you are at computers, there's a little less social skills there. And so him being in front of a large crowd like that is probably super hard for him.
Right. Especially, did you see him like explaining Facebook to Congress? Oh my God! And these people were like 100 years old.
Guilty as fuck.
Yeah, he did look so guilty, but like.
I didn't even know what he was actually getting like grilled on, but I was just like, wow, this guy looks like he did it.
But like,
whatever it is, prosecute him.
These guys were like 100-year-old senators that just like that their grandson like just gave them like a quick explanation of what Facebook and email. Like, so how come I can't get my email? And he's like trying to like tell them the difference between email and Facebook, and like. I was watching that and like live tweeting it because it was hilarious. I thought it was one of the funniest things that's happened in a long time.
I'm sure.
And I'm sure that was so frustrating for a genius to hear, like, totally. To just deal with infants, like 100-year-old infants.
But then just different times too. I apologize to my parents actually when I was trying to learn how to use a new program, and there's no words in it anymore. It's just all icons.
Right.
Oh, really?
And you could like hover and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was taking me a lot longer than like older computers.
Yeah.
And I called my parents. And I was like, I'm so sorry for not being patient with you. Like, I see how like kids just get the stuff now.
Because karma's coming back.
Now I'm not picking it up as fast. Like I could see why you guys couldn't learn email. And I apologize.
Yeah. My parents are tough with that too. And like, it's like I get to the point where it's like, how can you not remember your password? We go over this every 3 months, and I have to go through the entire process. I started using the backup email. I just type in my own, so I could just go around there and password now. Like it just became easier.
Yeah, like I'm just the reset.
they're just so old school where it's like, well, I wrote down the password. It's like, okay, so where's the paper? I don't know, I lost it. It's like, you see the problem with that old method is like, why don't you just, remember it? Make it something you can remember, not like 16 numbers,
My mom was so afraid of the computers from the get.
Right.
Like I remember when first I wanted an airsoft gun off the internet.
Yeah.
And you couldn't buy it at like a store. You had to order it from like a different country. I had to
airsoft gun.
I had to mail a certified check.
To
the police because they wouldn't put their fucking credit card on the internet.
Yeah, his mom was like, no way. Like this was early.
Everyone thinks they're gonna get hacked.
But like they're still like they create these hard passwords and stuff because she's like, we could get hacked, and I'm just like, you can't remember the password. Like just make it so that you can remember it. Like
and so some of these websites, they do get hacked, and you don't know how much information they get. Like PlayStation got hacked like 2 years ago, and you like at least PlayStation was free. Like if Xbox got hacked, that's a lot of credit card information.
Right.
PlayStation, like at least the online is free, so they probably just got email addresses and stuff like that. But like, you don't know how much information gets. Like Target would be like, oh, we got hacked, and then it's like, well, what did they get from you? And they're like, well,
like SKU numbers or like my credit card.
Yeah, like did they get my credit card numbers or did they get just like my address or something?
The
which is still scary.
Are cool about it.
Yeah,
which I'm still not cool with.
Yeah,
it was like Iowa or something. They called me. They're like, did you sign up for like Hindu singles and fucking?
Hindu singles.
Like,
yes, people in like Ohio or Indiana.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that definitely wasn't me. And they just 2 or 3 times now I've gotten calls from the credit card company like, I don't think this is you. Like
dating related sites. That's funny.
Oh God.
That was on Christmas.
Terry McNeely came into the chat.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah.
Wake up Hugh Murray in the back seat.
Yeah. One time we drove home from like me, him, and George Gallo. We were on the road and we did some shows in like Minnesota. And I think I slept it was actually the way there. I was just high off my ass and I slept for like 15-hour drive. I woke up, just did a set in sweatpants, went into the bathroom, changed into my clothes, and after I introduced Terry and then finished the show. I was like, it was insane.
That's the beauty of it, right? Being on the road.
Yeah. I think I don't know if you remember, we told the story at Tony's party where we were on our way to the show and we were running late, but then we actually crossed over the time zone. And so we got an extra hour. So it was like we actually time traveled and then we just made the fucking show. And they were going to cancel the show and we needed that show to make money to get to the next show.
Like gas money.
Yeah.
Gas, beer,
when
cigarettes.
Like Terry was on the phone and didn't realize about the time change.
Yeah.
Like the promoter thought you were going to be an hour.
Exactly. So we're like, we're going to be there at 12 and for them it was 10 o'clock. So it was like, fuck,
Yeah, that's the difference between people being at a show,
and
10 o'clock and then midnight, you coming to do a show is a big difference.
Totally. So we actually ended up getting there at like 11. So we just saved it. And we budgeted ourselves to have like 2 or 3 shows before we hit the 5-day shows or like the 5 shows in like 3 days in Minnesota. It was nuts. That was the craziest tour. But Bonnie's saying she heard that story. We definitely told it a couple times.
Yeah,
it was
I'm
definitely
pretty sure anytime Terry drinks, he tells that story.
Yeah. Ha.
I ever tell you about the time I traveled in time and saved the show?
Yeah. Terry, he's a clown. He misses all his background acting, so he's got to.
So he's got to come on here and watch this kind of this garbage. Really, got nothing better to do, Terry.
Yeah. I miss that. I miss all the comedy buds. We haven't been able to get together.
I know. Well, that's why I said when your Courtney and Pete come out, they'll get 2 for 2 because me and you are pretty much always performing
It's
together.
a shame. Like Governors was doing everything right too by the book. They were trying to do the outdoor shows, and then they actually put up the screen like inside, and then
they did some shows.
They had like the tables like spread out, and it seemed like they were really trying.
They had the real deal UV.
Oh, UV. Oh, wow.
I
didn't even know that.
Yeah. In the main room there.
That's great, you know, and then they ended up getting shut down, and it's like all these places, like you saw, Dangerfield's closed down.
Yeah, which is like
Creek in the Cave closed down.
I didn't know that.
There's 2 huge comedy venues gone. Yeah. For us, Revolution in Long Island.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, closed.
We knew that guy, right?
Yeah, Thomas. Thomas is a great guy. You know, I've been doing. I did my second show ever there. It was like an open mic at when it was called Ollie's Point, and that was like years and years ago. This was like 2009. You know, and it's like now that venue's just gone until someone else buys it and does whatever they want to do with it. You know, but it might not be a venue anymore. Yeah. And like I don't know how Rodney Dangerfield's club can't get like landmark status in New York City. Like that should have been like saved. Like the city should have did something. And you know,
it's probably gonna get repurchased.
Yeah, I mean, you hope. Yeah.
Once COVID's over, it's just these people are bailing for now.
Yeah, you hope that it would remain Dangerfields, but it could end up being like some fucking cell phone kiosk or something, you know. And then it's just like.
No doubt.
Yeah, a lot of these venues are closed. You know, you don't know what the shape of comedy is going to be like when we come back. It's weird.
Yeah, I know. And the scary thing is, it's like the being saved, save us from this, which is just like, do we need to start living?
Yeah. Sorry, Lou Prats. Oh, hi, Pete.
Oh, hey,
how you
Lou.
doing?
We love Lou.
Lou's saying it's getting fucking depressing. Yeah, it sucks that things close down. You know, I'm just trying to bring awareness.
But it what pushed both of our podcasts forward.
Yeah, totally. And hi, Pete. Long time no see, buddy. How's the baby?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a lag too.
Yeah. That one's real time, and this one's a little bit of lag. That's cool.
The Facebook takes a little bit to process.
Yeah.
Anything particular you want to tell us about other than Couch Quest?
I mean, I don't really have much else going on because I just got out of an outage at my day job, which I do overnight. So I really haven't had much time to do anything else. But yeah, I mean, if anyone out there into gaming, we've done a lot of cool like retro games. We actually did like a ridiculous like Star Wars game that was like kind of like a Twisted Metal ripoff from like Sega Dreamcast. That was like one of the recent ones. I spent like a day last week just like editing clips because we slipped and said some bad words, and we posted a bunch of that. I'm gonna try.
So you make it kid friendly. You go back.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay,
you don't want,
so now I know that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's gonna be harder for me than practicing the game.
Yeah, I could give you. Well, you know. It's if we want to.
If when I'm conscious of it, I'm okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's certain clips that we try to like boost through Facebook. Yeah, like we would promote a post, and like those clips, you definitely don't want to have like certain words.
Yeah.
You know, because then first of all, it'll get flagged, then it won't go through, or you know, you start getting reported, and your page could get taken out.
Right. Yeah, no, not worth it.
Yeah,
definitely not worth it.
Yeah.
What makes you tick?
Makes me tick. Oh God.
How do you get out of bed in the morning? Like
very slowly.
I mean, me too. But like, what makes you tick?
I don't know. It's like a combination of things. Like me, I definitely have like that. Honestly, like what's his name? Lude was saying like I have that like depression. So like I constantly trying to like seek ways to make myself feel better and kind of like normalize, you know, where I can kind of like make sense of everything that's going on, because I kind of see things like differently, you know, like
because that's not typical of depression. Usually you want to get out of bed, not how do I fix this.
Yeah
So that's a mature depression thought.
Yeah, so I try to like, because I kind of get like that into that like spiral where it's like I think my problems are like bullshit, And then and
then you feel even
You
worse
diminish your own
because
problem because
Exactly.
there's someone struggling.
Right.
And you're like, I'm a piece of shit because I have a roof over my head and I ate this morning, but it's like I have clinical depression and I can feel sad.
Exactly. So
I have low in vitamin D, so I'm actually allowed to feel sad.
Exactly. So I'll walk by a guy on a homeless and I'm like, that's real problems. Why am I complaining?
So gratitude is a big part of it.
Yeah. So I try to bring myself out of it, but I try to kind of do things to I don't know, offset it.
Yeah.
And it's just dealing with that, I think, gives me a unique perspective on things. So I think that's why I kind of got into comedy, was to kind of deal with all this,
right?
And give me that outlet. Because before that, I was blogging. I was doing a lot of writing on the internet.
Okay.
And stuff like that. I had a mixed martial arts podcast with some guy I never met from Florida, and I'm talking 2008. And it was all fun.
So you were Zooming before people were Zooming?
Yeah. We did it over Skype, and it was fun. It was fun, really before podcasts even took off. But I've always just been kind of searching for that outlet, and I think growing up, going to school and stuff, I was always trying to joke around and keep things light because I was always
needed that.
Yeah, I needed it, and then it kind of would set me back with coaches and teachers and stuff because they would always get mad that I'm just not taking it serious.
Right, right. And then that hurts your feelings.
Yeah.
And then you're hard on yourself. And that's the whole thing, is being hard on ourselves. Is I realize how hard I am on myself, and people are like, you're doing fine. You're doing a lot. We see what you're doing. Just what you put out, I'm sure, and we know you work a lot, and but we still are really hard on ourselves because it's oh shit, I haven't written comedy in 3 days. I haven't taken out my notebook, and I haven't meditated, and I haven't, worked. But anything after but is bullshit, right? But you gotta, you do what you gotta do. And working full time, congratulations on having a job through COVID. So something to be super thankful of.
Yeah, totally.
And, congratulations on your new show.
Yeah, thank you.
Couch Quest.
Yeah.
I'm really excited, guys. I'll let you know when I'm on it.
But
I'm
I gotta smooth out the
right
details.
after this.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Calamity Jones.
Yeah.
Totally.
But we'll totally promote. You gotta send me your YouTube so I could subscribe to you. You could subscribe to me, and then I could post it on Calamity Jones so everybody shares the love.
Totally.
That's how we do this. It's the only way we're all gonna get through this.
Yeah.
If it's just robots, we just need to band together and show them that we all love each other via supporters.
Right.
And then we'll trick them into thinking.
Right. And the big thing about fighting robots is you can't nuke the sun. Is every movie that goes wrong for humanity, you don't want to take out the sun.
I wouldn't want to take out the sun anyways.
I know.
It doesn't sound like a good idea ever.
Terminator, The Matrix, they all tried it.
I never saw either of those.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not even trying to be. You said it wow, you're cool. I'm not trying to be cool.
Yeah, wow.
That's just literally.
No, it's just they're big movies.
I know, and I know that they're I should watch them. It's not what's The Matrix? I'm not stupid. I just have not. I just missed it. Somehow.
Yeah. I mean, The Matrix was huge, but looking back, I wouldn't really watch it.
But I was a girl when you guys were boys when that came out.
Terminator 1 was just like a big thriller, that. That was an intense movie, but Matrix was just
Matrix was better than Terminator.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely more far out there with cyberpunk, humans are batteries type thing.
Yeah.
There was a huge scene where the robots are you see it are basically farming humans because it's completely inefficient, but they would because our bodies have electrical signals, so
very low amperage,
right, and they had millions of humans.
So they're cloning us for our low amperage.
And they were using us as
better off
so it's a movie about chakras.
Go on treadmills.
Right. That's what you would think, but they kept them in this stasis and these little pods and stuff, and it was real weird.
They should have had our heart rates going.
Yeah. Bonnie didn't understand The Matrix. We could talk about it one day.
Yeah, we'll have a separate interview about just that. We'll break it all down. I'll watch it, and then I'll be able to do a spoiler alert with you guys.
A whole episode.
Oh, totally, yeah. Yeah, I like the cyberpunk. That's fun.
Yeah, I've always been interested in the cyberpunk, like the stuff that people put together. And I think Glenn actually said your profile picture was like a cyberpunk, because we're like, what is this?
Yeah,
it's like very artsy. Like you've got like the glasses.
It's more like steampunk.
Yeah. Well, what was I called? What were you saying?
Cyberpunk, so look like futuristic.
I meant steampunk.
Yeah.
Steampunk's meant to look like old.
Yeah.
And cyberpunk is
futuristic.
Got it.
Yeah, so actually my friend did a steampunk series, and he sculpted me.
Oh my god!
So I sent him a picture. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's got the cigarette.
That's out of clay.
That's really cool.
Yeah, he got the cigarette in the mouth, and then the hair.
That's very cool.
And the armor.
Yeah, so like he did like armor based off like a magic card and like the weapon and everything.
Cool.
So he like kind of did like this like the whole steampunk series. So I took a photo after. He actually did that without the photo, so it was pretty. So yeah, I did it with the cigarette in the mouth. He actually did a lot of the other ones with respirators on, but he did the cigarette in the mouth for me. He's like, I wish I would have did the respirator on the head, like you took the picture. So he's a real talented sculptor.
Cool. Yeah. And if you want
very visual, the composition of it. I was like, I said to Mandy, I know he works with like masks and stuff, but like, I wasn't sure if you were.
Yeah, it's just an old mask.
He's like, what does he do? I'm like, I don't know. I've seen him in like a spacesuit. Like he's got like a real job. I don't know, dangerous
arc flash suit. Yeah. I work with a lot of high voltage stuff, so there's a lot of like weird stuff like that. That's just like a half face respirator and welding goggles. Yeah.
But in black and white, guys, that's art.
Yeah, that was just for fun, like, because I was like, I put it side by side for my friend to see how close he was.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and if you want to send me his link as well, throw it up on Calamity Jones and Calamity.Jones. Guys, please share the show. Thank you for hanging. Hugh, thank you for being a delight.
Oh, thank you.
You were really great.
Thank you for having me.
Maybe we'll have you back on the Wildflowers if I don't have you back here first.
Yeah. Which now you guys changed from Three's Company.
Yeah, we are the Wildflowers.
You guys booted that other guy, then you booted Tony.
I know. We can't keep men around. Me and Bonnie just want each other to ourselves.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No. COVID took Bonnie out of the equation with work.
Right.
And Jim, we did kill off Jim.
Yeah.
But,
Jim left because
Jim loves us. Yeah. Jim actually supports us and will comment, talk shit, and get people to talk shit. So, and I wouldn't have done a podcast if it hadn't been Jim and Bonnie got the in at Govs, and they asked me to. They thought, she's in her 30s. We're a little bit older than her.
Right.
We'll get a couple different dynamics, demographics.
Yeah,
and,
it's a cool show.
They put me together, and and Bonnie always wanted it to be interactive.
Yeah.
And so it's because the people at home are no better than us here at the table.
Yeah.
And it's cool because now we have our Friday nights where there's people that are just like the Colonel.
Right.
He's been on this show before. He's been a guest on my show, and I've met him through being a listener of the Wildflowers.
Yeah. Who's the Colonel?
He's an Air Force Colonel.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I was looking on Facebook. I thought one of the comments.
David.
David.
Yeah, Mr. Lange.
Yeah.
Not even cool. Mr. Lange, Colonel Lange.
See, Taz knows the Cyberpunk 2077 that keeps getting delayed. It's a cool video game where they use Keanu Reeves as like the basis for the character.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool game, but it keeps getting delayed.
Okay, yeah. Well, she's up on all that stuff. Taz, the littlest kid, she's our little tech savvy at-risk youth, so she knows.
Yeah.
She knows everything.
But you keep trying to end the show. I'll stop interrupting.
No. This is what it's all about.
Facebook is stealing our quality too.
No, this is what it's all about. Thank you so much, Hugh. Seriously, thank you for coming. You were, like I said, a delight. We will have you again.
Yeah, totally.
Thank you, baby, for joining us.
So cute.
Aww.